got some 22 gauge and 16 gauge steel. Just got a couple little pieces from Lowe's. Hadn't got some full sheets yet. And then I used, so with the 22 gauge, in order to get it to 20 gauge thickness, I used a sheet of paper and adjusted it that way. We'll see how it works. From what I saw, that should bring it about right for 20 gauge thickness to adjust this thing. We'll see how it works. So this here's the 22 gauge, and these are the shrinker jaws. We'll see how it works here. Not bad. Before we switch to the stretcher jaws, I'm going to go grab some 22 gauge. Or, I'm sorry, not 22 gauge. 16 gauge that I cut into a 2x2 or 2-inch wide piece by, I don't know, it's about 5 inches. Actually 6, I think. And then I don't have a brake yet, so I just threw it in the vise and hammered it over, and we'll see how that does on the 16 gauge. Not really doing as well. You look at these jaws and how they're lining up. I heard that's a pretty big issue. So I don't know if you can tell. I'm pretty shaky. I'm trying to hold this. All right. See how they're both lining up exactly the same as far as the jaws top and bottom? I've heard that that is not the best. They should be slightly misaligned. So I'm going to loosen everything up and see what we can make happen here. So I'm just going to switch them around, see if that misaligns them better, gets a little more results. So as you can see now, we got them misaligned. See how that works. Alright guys, this 16 gauge steel that I bent into a 90 into a piece of angular iron, it doesn't appear to hardly be shaping it at all. It's pretty tough. I mean, it looks like I'm getting getting a little bit. If you can kind of see that. If I work on each side of it. Yeah, if I work, you can kind of see it starting to shape a little bit. But I shaped a 22 gauge piece into a 90. We'll see how it does that. Still using the shrinker jaws. Shaping that right up. I don't know. We'll switch to the stretcher jaws and see how they do. So the jaws on these things aren't necessarily the easiest to replace, but I mean, if you were in a shop and using both a lot back and forth, you probably want a set of each. But it's not all that bad. So, just like earlier, remember to try and align them to where they're offset, where I didn't earlier. It looks like they're good now. All right, got the stretcher jaws in. I'll mount it up, try them on the flat piece of 22 gauge. Wow, a bit hard. What she says. It's pretty quick work of that 22 gauge. Real quick. A little bit light pressure to straighten that out. Really like to get some like 18 gauge. Try that out. I think that'd be maybe a little better. Let's see. Shaping up pretty good. 22 gauge. Of course, as you. Ooh. Oops. Went beyond the limits. Anyway. Probably went too many times in the same spot there. Let's, you know, what we can do here. Switching around a little bit. Yeah. Right about there, I'd start to chair it. Let's try deeper. Anyway, we'll work with it a little bit. Try this 16 gauge, just see. I'm sure it's not going to do anything to it, but. Actually starting to shape it. Not bad. So as you can see, it worked pretty good. Seems like a pretty good shrinker stretcher for the money. I think maybe that 22 gauge a little thin, tears a little easy. Just novice, I don't know. I really like to try some 20 gauge and some 18 gauge. See how that worked. I did get it to work pretty decent towards the end there on that 16 gauge. So between that, we got a 27 inch Eastwood Elite bead roller. It's motorized. We got that coming in a couple days. Between this and that, should be able to do some decent. We're gonna do a new floor pan section for my son's 59 Bel Air to fit his battery in it. Replace the old, where the old spare tire used to fit. I'm also gonna fab up some new drip pans for the 4-post lift, and we also my other son's 82K5. I want to do a cool center console to mount the shifter and all that. So between this and the bead roller, we should be able to do some pretty cool stuff. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, catch you guys later.